Hello, hello, hello. Hello everyone, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream of Plane Shift, where we build a game that we always wanted to build. Yup. How are you today? Here in Italy we are pretty much in winter now. We moved from summer to winter in like one day. There's been no autumn. But yeah, it's pretty cold. So the good news is that yesterday I managed to release 0745, which is the new release of Plane Shift that you can download for free and play for free and find bugs for free. Yeah, that is the picture of the day. I remember this building. Actually, I remember every single vertex of this building. Yup, I do. Oh my god, these borders. Oh my god, yeah, I remember. All the inside. Ooh, it took us a lot to build. By the way, you can visit it. It's in game. So we have 0745 released. And there is the picture of the release because we did some work on the dungeons, and it is one of the new room. I mean, it's the new room because we actually added only one. I mean, it's not a great room on the other side. I mean, it's nice because he has the water here and a statue, but if you look on the right, I mean, if you turn 180 degrees and look at the back, actually, the room is a bit empty, but maybe I will change it in the future. But I just wanted to put one in. And yeah, we have this one. So what we have in the new release. And by the way, if you have any questions on these features, please let me know. And I can answer. So the first thing is that we had an engine upgrade, and the engine upgrade has been not that easy. First of all, because I remind you that we are releasing on 3 different platforms, Windows, Linux and Mac, and so this means that when you have to upgrade the engine, you have also to revalidate the tool chain, you know, on the 3 platforms. There are some upgrades, you know, versions. Maybe this operating system, like on Mac, decided to upgrade itself, or anyway, it was a newer version, Xcode as well. We had some different stuff on Linux, and so pretty much we got quite some work, you know, to do just for the upgrade. So I think that the upgrade took probably 2 or 3 weeks, also because I was a bit afraid that the new release would introduce, you know, new graphical issues or compatibility with older hardware. And so I basically created a pre-release. This was already at the end of August, just testing the new Unreal Engine version, right? And that pre-release went kind of well. So, I mean, the feedback from you was, yes, it works, right? So, and I did it because I didn't want to move to the new release without the certainty, right, that it would work on like mid-tier hardware, right? Mid-tier, yeah. I wanted to have it like, I mean, we always targeting like mid-tier hardware. We are not targeting high-end for sure. So yeah. So what's good about the new release? Well, there is a lot of stuff in the new release. of Unreal, including better capabilities in editing animations, and also there is a improved control rig for the characters. So there is all stuff that we may use in the future. Now we are not using today, but I may use it in the future, and is good that it's there, and we are now open to it, right? So we are now on this new release. There is other stuff like improved rivers and water, improved shaders. I mean, there's a lot of improvements here and there. Plus, obviously, brings some compatibility with newer hardware and stability in general, stability and security fixes. So I think anyway, the old one was more than a year. Was nearly 2 years old, right? 5.1.1. I think it's been released in July 23, if I remember right. But anyways, it's more than a year. So I think it was time to do the upgrade. And actually worked, I would say, fairly well. At the moment, I'm only aware of one bug, which is the sitting bug. Basically, when you sit, for whatever reason, the character is not responding properly anymore, is like rotating the wrong side, and so you're sitting on thin air, which is kind of annoying. Yep. I don't know if that is generated due to the upgrade that I did on ALS, because actually I did some changes on ALS to allow to avoid even more problematic issues that we were experiencing with ALS. So I had to tweak it a bit. I tweaked some parameters, mainly on the animation blending and things like that. And I don't know if that is now what is causing the sit not to work properly, right? So we will have to debug it. But okay, sitting, I mean, is important, but it's not the end of the world. I think we can live with that. So at the moment, I'm not giving it high priority, also because it will require to basically re-release, right, or an update, or anyway, a new client. And I don't want to do that. So what other new features we have in the release? Well, hello, Hula. We have an improved dungeon generation, right? So the good thing is that now we can have any number of dungeons at the same time. Now, I don't know if any number is really correct. Like, I don't know if we generate like 100, what is going to happen. But for sure, more than one. And my idea was to have at least 3 dungeons, right? One for, let's say, low-tier players, one for mid, and one for high-tier players. So that we can, better, serve better all the players. Because if a new player tries to enter in the high tier dungeon, it will be basically destroyed with one hit, right? So that is pretty good. I think that is a good change. So we have a bit more control on the dungeons. Also added a new dungeon room, which is the one featured in ouch. That's wrong. The one featured in the screenshot. Wait. Let me fix that quickly. Well, I don't know if I can fix it quickly, but if you hear a new sound from my keyboard, it's because I have a new keyboard. Aha! Yes, I decided to buy a new keyboard. I will tell you about it soon. Let me just change that because I don't like that typo, it's annoying. Articles 2024. This one. The one featured in the screenshot. Yeah, exactly. The one featured in the screenshot. Is on the storage, articles. Why our website is so slow? Wow. don't know if there's something going on. It seems to be super slow. Okay, let me see if now it's already updated. There may be a bit of caching going on, but yeah, no, it's already updated. Okay, the one featured in the screenshot, basically this is the new room, right? Dungeons can now have secret doors, right? So now we added secret doors. I have seen already that in the new dungeon there is a secret door there, so you can go and find it. Now we didn't really tweak much the let's say the rules related to secret doors, right? And how they scale with your progression. It's something that I will have to do in the future for sure. At the moment there is kind of a hard cut at 180 intelligence, which I would say is fairly high, but yeah, that's what it is at the moment. So you need to use the detect secrets ability, which is part of your intelligence stats, right? And just look at the place where you think a secret passage can be, and then use the ability. If successful, they will become ethereal, and you and other players can pass through it. Right now, it's not really becoming ethereal visually, but basically you can pass through it, right? So that's the current way. And we now have the ability to create a female Klyros. By the way, I didn't actually test that in production, so let me just see if it actually works or not. I didn't test it, but I assume it does. We can create a new Klyros female.
The Klyros from Askelia.
And see if we get... yeah, we get a gray skin. Okay, and it's working. Okay, nice. Yeah, we also have the new jewelry, right? For the Klyros, which is great. We have this one, right? And they're slightly different from male to female. I think this one is probably in common, but it's not exactly the same. And we have this one, and we have this one, right? So, yup. Now, certain jewelry looks better on certain skin, like probably the gold looks better on the gray, the purple may look okay on the green or whatever. So you decide, but yeah, I think it's nice to have that. Remember that these ones are already the new model, so the geometry is a bit more smooth, right, and rounded. So unfortunately here the connection of the wings to the body is fairly rough, but yeah. So okay, so yeah, it works. Basically it works. So we added a gray texture. Then the jewelry that I just shown you. So we have new jewelry for the Klyros male and the female, and those are now available in the character creation. And yeah, if you already have a Klyros created, you can ask a GM, and GM can add the new jewelry for you, right? If you want, I think free of charge, right? But or he may maybe role play a merchant and sell it to you for some money. It is the same for some game coins, right? But so in the future, I hope that we can have this jewelry actually sold by merchants in game, right? So you go in game and you choose the jewelry you want, you buy it, you switch it, you change the color or whatever. So I think it would be nice to have basically the possibility to have a character customization in game, not just during the character creation. So this is something I have to think about, but yeah, would be nice to have for sure. So then Pat, yes, Pat now saved the energy to the database. I didn't test it, but basically before it was always reset. So whatever you were doing, the pet was always hungry when you were summoning him, but now when you were disconnecting and reconnecting, but now it's saved to the database, which is a small improvement, but I think an important one. We did an enhancement to the merchant and storage window. I can show you this. So if you go to any merchant, if you go to any merchant and you buy, right? Yeah, now you have the quality here, right? Which is nice, I think. Before it was not present. You have it in the buy and in the sell, so you know what you are selling. Maybe you have 5 different helmets, right? And you want to sell the one with lower quality or higher quality. Before you had to basically right click, check the quality, close it, right click, check the quality, close it. So I think it was very annoying. While now you can more easily see it like this, which is nice. Yeah, the other thing is the first available character is now automatically selected. Yeah. That is not going next line. Why? Yeah, it is. There is a BR. Ah, it's the wrong BR. Fuck. Okay, so I messed up with the sign. So I had an end BR instead of an open BR. Okay, let's upload it again. Easy. Maybe I should upload it at the end of this review. But hello, Shaif. How are you? Welcome, welcome. We are reading the change log or release notes of the new version of Plane Shift. It was released yesterday night. Yup, it was released. So the first available character is now automatically selected. There were some people that were saying they were confused, you know, at the beginning what to do, because maybe they have a character created already and they launched the game and the screen was empty here. Right now you see that the first character is always selected, so you don't have to click on anything, you just have to click on play. So if you only have one character, you just click on play, and I think is a bit more intuitive. So that's, I would say, a good fix. Yeah, and then this one is a very important one, right? So the new release has a number of new images for creatures, plants, and minerals to be used in the near future for the compendium, right? And so is what we have seen together the other day. You will be able to analyze and discover information about the elements and add them to the compendium as permanent knowledge, right, for your character. So I think that's a cool thing. I like it. I like, you know, collecting stuff in games, and I think that would be nice for you to collect knowledge, right? Pieces of knowledge, and put it in your compendium and see it there, right? So I think it would be nice. And so these are pretty much all the new features. Consider that I also had holidays in August, so and a lot of time was spent in the actual upgrade of Unreal Engine, right? But I think at the end we came up with already a decent number of features. And then we have a number of fixes. Now equip and de-equip commands are actually working. I didn't test them here yet, but I tested on my machine. So if you can test all this stuff, would be nice. We fixed the option in the shortcut bar, so the number of buttons per page now is saved, loads properly, which was broken. We had a display of the log directory in the setting window, so if you go in the setting window now, like here and here, it tells you here where the logs are, right? Which is nice. Then we fixed the pickup of item when mounted, which actually was not working properly. The items were going in the inventory of the mount instead of yours. We fixed the guild member online status. We fixed some ratio for windows, some cran texture files that were not correct. Actually, this one I don't remember exactly what is it, but we fixed some error in the shader of the Draken plane, which is still not very good, but I think it's better than what it was. well, they're still not good. I don't know if it's exactly what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say is that it still needs improvement, right? Still needs improvements. Yeah, maybe we can say it like that, which is pretty the same, but it's just said in a kind of a more positive, right, way. I don't know why the website is so slow today. But anyway, everything seems to be a bit slow today. I don't know why. Yup. And fixed the position of the Shadow Squadron shield when equipped, which was broken. We fixed some problem of the skin textures when combined with new jewelry. We fixed some crash on dungeon generation. Fixed some bug on the chat log, made chat log show types, fixed NPC voiceover, added new options for NPC speak font size, fixing some other error, fixing the legs of the Klyros which were actually kind of invisible, updated some textures, you can now use the torch to attack, fixed the scrolling and skill window for all tabs. This is probably a very nice one because you couldn't really scroll everywhere, while now you can with the mouse wheel, right? So you can just mouse wheel up and down in the skill window everywhere, right? Obviously, yeah, like this, right? And this, right? So now it's scrolling as required, so which is very nice. And yep, that's cool. Fix the glitch when repairing weapon and switching weapon. Fix the mail window to appropriate quality. Fix the torch on character selection. That's also a good one. So you are not anymore with the hand, you know, with nothing in it. And fix the crash while the spell casting on disconnected actor. We did some crashes. Added a new brazier, new platform for the dungeon, fixed the roll command, yeah. Idle animation for monster, wings of Pterosaur. And yeah. Yeah, there are new bugs like the one that you just seen, but anyway. Crystal. Yeah, you see the Pterosaur now as vertical wings again. As it should be, by the way. Way better. Maybe I should have opened them a bit more to the side, but I don't know. Anyway, it's okay. Yeah, so it's a bit dark at the moment. Is it mono or is my audio not working on the left side? It's a bit weird. I hear the sound only on the right side. Yeah, absolutely. That's strange. I will have to check that. But it seems that left and right is not correct. Anyway. I hear it only on the right side. Very strange. Is it because I'm going with the... Is it because he's using the other... No, he's using the proper one. Strange. Strange.
This video contains
Yeah, it works perfectly here. So is really something... Is only in the equip stuff or is in all the sounds? That's kind of strange. I will have to check that because it's strange that the sound is not centered on you, but it's more on the right side. In theory, should be a PS. I mean a PS2D, right? It should be a 2D sound, so it should be automatically centered. But the fact that it's on the right side made me think that it's on the center of the character, which is actually on your right shoulder. That is possible. Okay, we can check that. Have you made a list of the old functionality upgrade of Unreal that you never used? Well, I know it. I didn't make a list, but I know there is stuff that we can use, but I know it, so I have it in my mind, let's say. And then we increase the resolution of all the ingots or item and such, right? And now we have an icon because I think that this was not present before, right? So you had kind of an Unreal Engine icon here, and now you have a plane shift icon, which is very nice. It should work everywhere on Linux and on Mac. Is not yet applied to the PS launcher. This is something that also we may want to do. Okay, anyway, this is the new release, right? I hope you like it. I hope you will play it and give me feedback. I don't know why my internet is so slow today. There is something going on. I don't know if it's something going on my machine or something going on in general. I don't know. Okay. Good. Yep. So what do we want to do today? So basically, what we developed, right, with this last release is the ability to add more items to the compendium, which at the moment for creatures, plants, and mineral is completely empty, right? There is absolutely nothing here. And right, why there is no indication that it's a bit strange, huh? Anyway, so we want to populate that, right? We want to populate that, but we need a strategy for it. I mean, it's not just, you know, a simple, oh, let's go and put in few things, right? So we need a significant amount of stuff. So we have to work on the lore a bit. So we will not see, I would say we will not see the code for quite some time, for quite a few days, because I want to work on these compendium items, right? So I want to be sure that for every race we have the history, we have the ecology, the activate, I mean, whatever. We have all these things, right? And we did it for a few, but we didn't do it for all yet, right? And definitely we don't have it. Actually, this one we have, it's just that I didn't... Hello? Oh, I cannot type. What the hell? What's going on? Huh? Weird. So we can start our LibreOffice. You forgot the tunes. Yes. Thank you. That sub goal is like annoying me because it's not correct. How can I change it? How can I change this sub goal? Why the sub goal is always wrong? Now let me change that. It annoys me. So why doesn't it update automatically? That I don't understand. So the problem of this thing is that there are so many things, right? That I don't know. Widget. YouTube subscriber goal. Sub goal. Is this one, bro? But why is not automatically counting, right? So that's strange. Current amount 0. Why is not automatically integrated with Twitch? This is what I don't understand. There is a Twitch charity donation goal, but there is not a Twitch sub goal, right? There is a generic sub goal that you can set. It is generic. I think it is not integrated, right? Custom Twitch panels. Design your Twitch panels. I mean, I just want a simple thing, but it should be automatically, you know? You can do it only with Prime, so I have to pay money for it? Okay. No, I want a progress bar, not a... Huh? Why this thing is so complex? I watched this video already. Stream label. So it's actually adding a stream label. Count. I think it was nicer with the progress bar actually, but fine. That's it. But is count integrated to Twitch? I mean, how does he know? I mean, because this guy also is starting from 0, right? Session subscriber account, right? So it's basically counting how many subscribers arrived during the session, while I would like just to have it integrated with Twitch. So if Twitch is 3, I would like to see 3 there. So why did it so hard? Oh my god, the advertising. Why is so hard? Any one of you knows how to do it? Hello? Double advertising. Can I see this video now? Oh my god, 8 minutes. Yeah, but this is not what I want. Sub goal. Sorry, where did he go? Where did he go? All widgets. All widgets sub goal. Yeah, but again, this is just within the session, right? This is the one that I have. This is the one that I have, but it's not connected to Twitch. So that's the
Go into defaults here, and now in this section here we're going to customize essentially the browser source, which will then be added to Streamlabs OBS or Exploit or OBS Studio. Again, there's 2 methods to actually add this to software depending on the software that you're using. If you're using Streamlabs OBS, all these configurations you can actually do within Streamlabs OBS rather than online, so you don't have to visit streamlabs.com, but I'll show that later.
I don't understand. I don't understand why he cannot read the number of... But anyway, fine. He cannot. GG. I don't know. I don't want to spend time on it. It's not easy for whatever reason. Fine. Okay, Ilian's history overview. You know what would be nice? It would be nice to have a way to actually reload the compendium items at runtime. I think would be pretty cool. I don't know if I can do it easily, but because now if I do some changes, I will have to restart the server, right? Which I can do, but would be better if I could do it without restarting the server, right? Ah, by the way, I wanted to tell you, yes, I bought a new keyboard. My old keyboard was kind of broken a bit, so sometimes the control key was not working, and sometimes the A and D were kind of locked. I mean, it was not happening often, but it was happening sometimes, and my fear was that, you know, it would one day break completely. So I bought a new keyboard. Is this one? Is Corsair? Is this keyboard? Is this keyboard? No, it's not this keyboard, but it's similar. It's not exactly this keyboard. But it's similar to that keyboard. Strange that it's not in the list. Weird. No, it's not this one. Anyway, it's similar to this, okay? It's similar to this. So I bought it. It's very nice. I like the feeling of the keys. I like the size. I like everything. I have no numpad because I don't like it. And so yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Okay. So what I was thinking is, do we need an activation for each? Yeah, we need an activation for each, right? So that's something we have to decide, guys. We have to decide if we want to have the activation, which means where do you find the information for each of the sections, or activation type. Now I'm confused. Activation type. No, exactly. Activation type is examine creatures, right? Now we need to decide. The other thing that we need to decide is how is the examine gonna work, right? Because at the moment we actually have 3 skills. We have 3 skills. We have examine lesser creature. We have, which is at rank 10 at the moment. Examine creature, which is a rank 20. And we have examine greater creature, which is a rank 40. So we will have to tier, right? To tier the creature somehow. There is something that we need to decide. So we need to decide who is lesser, who is normal, and who is greater, right? And so if our races are lesser or I don't know if examine is really the right word. I think it's probably nicer if it would be like discover or something like that. No? Something like discover maybe. Because examine... I think anyway the playable races should be in the middle one. So it should actually be in examine creature. Yeah, I think I agree with that, yes. So for all the races, so we need to have a insert description, right? And then we need to have We need to have what? We need to have an insert for description. We need to have an insert for I think that combat and spoils are always going together, or no? I think so. But they may have different number of kills. Okay, they may have different number of kills. So actually these two are for the history, right? Why there is no history? Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh my. So basically what we are saying is that if you want to get the description of the race and the picture, right, the activation is examine creature. Right? So for all this one will be examine creature, right? For all this one will be examine creature. While for this will be based on will probably be on a book now. I will have to think about it. I'm not 100% sure of. I mean, if with the basic book, we should also get the habitat, or this should really be part of a book. I think it should be part of a book, at least for the creature, at least for the known races, right? At least for the known races, I think it should be. Okay, let's try to proceed, and let's try to proceed 1 second, okay? And let's see if we can put in the knowledge. So this is a general description. General description is saying all three are small elves type. They have, well, let me copy this and then we can see. Let me copy this and then we see. All three are small elf type. They have a slim body. I don't know why small elf type. I mean, we don't have. Maybe small considered compared to the other races, but compared to the other races, I don't know. Anyway, it's a small elf type. They have a slim body with long muscles. Hair and skin are colored from azure to green. They tend to have a hairless body, but both sexes have very long, thick hair. Elves are the longest lived of all the species at 200 years. They live mainly underwater on the seashore. The serenity of underwater life in its soft room. This is a bit too much. I mean, there is a bit in the habitat, right? So I would probably remove this and move it in the other section. And then what we did here, we basically added the body. The problem is that the body is here as well, right? It's basically the same description. You know that I'm thinking that I don't like too much this separation, body, height, eyes, hair, and age. I mean, I think it's better if it's descriptive and not that encyclopedic. Or not? Do you prefer it more in chapters like this, or just a single text that is flowing? I think I will remove the body thingy. I think I don't like it. I think I prefer it more like this as text, right? Instead of just, you know, boom, 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 like bullet points. I think it's nicer actually. I think this part about the honoring of the elders and all of this and the organization of the society, I think should go under the habitat or under the ecology. Yeah, under the ecology probably. I think it doesn't make a lot of sense that it's actually here. Exactly. They are gifted by or they are gifted with an harmonious body? Due to the time spent in stone labyrinths, they have developed a really good night vision. Okay. Yeah, I prefer it more this way. And then here we speak about the homeworld, and then we speak about how they are in Iliacum, and then here we speak more about the society and how they integrate with the rest of the races, right? Okay. So if I now go to this, will we just go in sequence? Yeah, we'll probably just go in sequence. Huh? So we will do one for each, incrementing the ID horizontally. Yeah, probably yes. Codex ID. Is the race info, so this one will be 3. I think we can go 20 by 20 in GG. I think it's the easiest. I mean 10 by 10. So we go like 20, 30. I don't know why this one is 13 actually. I think this one should be 10. We just go 10 and... Codex nature, huh? Basic creatures, sentient creatures, plants, and minerals. So this one will all be sentient creatures. So I think also the item type, I want to read it automatically. So that this becomes all automatic, right? I don't want to hard code anything pretty much. So I will, yeah. Now, if we change the activation and some players already discovered this particular piece, I think that, I mean, it's still okay, right? So the players that did the discovery can actually keep it, and the new ones will use the new activation. So I think it's fine. Okay. Why doesn't say that they have webbed fingers? Webbed fingers, right? Do you say webbed fingers? Oh fuck. Yeah, like this. Do you say webbed in I mean, is webbed just a medical problem, or can we call webbed fingers in sea creatures? I think webbed finger can actually be used. Yeah, I think like the duck, right? Yeah, webbed can be used. Okay, so we can use it. I mean, it's not a medical problem, right? I mean, it's also a medical problem, but in humans, but in normal creatures is in sea creatures. So we can't say that they have web fingers. Why web fingers is not in our main description? I don't understand. On the website. It's one of their main characteristics, actually. So we have it here, and then we have it under races. No? No, it's not there. It's only the sub page. Okay, it's only the sub page. Fine, even better. So we don't have to change 2 pages, we change only 1 page. Done. Okay. Okay, so we have that. Long webbed fingers developed for better swimming. They can live underwater. Due to their underwater work and life, they have developed webbing. It was just the next line. Fuck. It was the next line. Fuck, it was the next line. Okay. GG. It was just the line next to this one. I mean, I was surprised, in fact, that it was not there. It was just the next line. GG. GG! Okay, so I think this one, like this, I think is better. I think like this is better. Okay, this description I think is good to me. Now we have the habitat, right? The habitat should be a kind of a summary of their home world, but not, you know, not the full description of it, right? This one is the same description as the Dermorians. This is actually the identical. I think I want to have a bit of let me see what we have in the Yeah, I think it's not bad. But I don't know if I want to repeat exactly the same, right? I think we can say their homeworld, their Moria, right? Is a rich and fertile land in its prime, large plain, forest, and tower, a deep body of water, right? And then we can say the Dermorians preferred to live in forests, or to live in symbiotic relation with nature. Building their villages integrated with the trees of large forests, something like that, right? Exactly. I think that's okay. I think that's enough. And then for the null 3, we can say something similar, right? It can be similar to this. You can see the home of the Moria is rich and fertile land. It's prime large plain. Blah, blah, blah. I think this first part can be identical. And then we can say the null 3 preferred. The null 3 lived deep in the deep of the Great Sea, only rarely coming to the surface, right? Only coming to the surface, and then we can say in Iliacum they populated the large lake, the large emerald lake, living in colorful houses made of organic shells and seaweeds, right? Something like that. I think it's okay. Because I always want to say what is their homeworld and where do they live now, right? And where do they live now? So in terms of ecology, I think ecology we can go in the society, right? And in the society, there is this wall block of text, right? Which is the serenity of the underwater life, which is soft murmur and dim light, is reflected in altered way of life. They tend to live the moment, follow the flow. It's a common motive of science to underwater currents, not to spend the time. I don't know if you want to have all of this, but probably yes. Maybe that's too much, right? Especially on meditation, I would like to do so. Ultimately prefer to gain social status rather than money and tend to being big, always changing groups. The more people they know, the more they are satisfied. The personal connection always changing. They remain tied together for a long time. Sons and daughters often grew up in a parent family very young. Okay, that's fine. So I think that this is good. Now, we said that for the sentient races, we don't have combat and we don't have spoils, right? So this will be... Now, my suggestion will be to do this, to have description and picture is basically when you examine the creature. Habitat and ecology is one book. And history is another book. I think it's probably the best. Or we can do habitat and history in one book, and ecology, which is basically the social structure, in another book. But I would like to have maximum two books for each race, right? Otherwise it becomes too complex. So is it easier to write a book about the ecology? No, sorry, let me rephrase. Is it easier to write a book together of the habitat and the history? Or is it easier to do it habitat and ecology? I think it's probably easier habitat and ecology. So I think that this should be one book. Okay. So now, how can we write a book, right? How can we write a book, or how can we see if there is already a book? Because that's the question, right? How do we see if there is already a book that is speaking about them? I'm pretty sure there is not. I can do this. I can search. I have a way to search all the books in game. And it's probably what I should do now. So items. Search books, right? So we search for Ilian. There is one about the crystal, some about the Vigesimi, which is more history than anything else. Tia tries on night vision. Gog. Important medical facts, the dome, geology. A Story of Tradition, Volume 1, Social Structure. Yeah, so there is a book actually which is speaking about the social tradition of different races, right? And that's unfortunately, I don't know if you want to use this one, but there is a book, which is this one, A Story of Traditions, right? Social structure, social values, right? And but it's speaking. This one is mentioning the alien, but is actually speaking only about. Okay, so I think that this one can be used for the stone hammers. Because it seems to be a pretty good one. So this will be the activation for the habitat and the ecology. right? So reading this book, you will unlock 2, right? I think it seems to be good to me. Cultures of the Dome. There are some story. I'm just looking at all the books, right? But I don't see anything specific. No, there is nothing specific. There is nothing specific on the aliens, on their habitat, and on their ecology, right? So I think we can have a book on this, right? I think we can ask our friend ChatGPT to actually help us on this, because I think it's easier to write a book. Now we only need to understand a short essay on so I think that we can give him 2 things, right? We can give him this text that we already have, so the habitat and the ecology. But actually, if he can read directly the web, it would be easier. Right? So the only problem is, do we want this book to be written by someone? I would say yes, right? I think it would be nice to have someone writing the book and not just being, you know, a paper. So to do that, how long it should be, right? How long it should be. I think that we had this book. Let me see how long are these books, right? Like this is what? This is how long is this thing, for example? I'm just trying to do an average of a reasonable book, right? Yeah, I think between 2,500 or 3,000 is enough, right? I think we should shoot always for 2,500, something like that, characters, right? Oh my god. Should speak about the habitat. And their ecology. The text I've pre-selected is this one. So the book should be written by who? Who can write this book, guys? Who can write the book? I mean, or is Jayos again? Because Jayos is an alien, right? I think on aliens, Jayos is okay. And around which year? Because we also have the years to put there. Eh? This one was written by Jayos in 751. So the text should be. The text I have selected is this one. Oh my god, I cannot switch because I'm switching. I'm switching between. Okay, let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Study of on the habitat and ecology of the aliens by Jayos, alien librarian. Wow, seems very long. Isn't this too long? I think it's a bit too long, no? It's 3,264. How long is this? Better. Amore significa crop. That is very nice. Did he take this from my text or he took it from somewhere else? No, I think he took it from me. Actually not. Huh. Really? Wow. That's interesting. Ah, no, wait, maybe it's here. Ah, yes, it's here, it's here. No, he just copied from my text. Otherwise would have been so nice. I think it's not bad. I mean, it's pretty much a copy paste of what I gave it, right? So it's not significantly different from my text, but I would say it is good. So we are going to use it. So this will become a book, right? The only thing that I have to be sure is that the only thing I have to be sure is that there are no single quotes or double quotes. So let me see 1 second. Okay, there is none. Oh yeah, that's very nice. Really? Run none. Okay, nice. So okay, so we create this book. We create this book, and this book will be, the only thing we have to decide is the yeah, exactly. Item icons. Item icons. $170. 170 is usable. So let's go with 170. Okay, so this will be a new book that obviously we need to enter in game. I think I will have to take a note of this because let's take a note in our upgrade schema. Where is it? Oh my god, down here in our upgrade schema, right? So here we need new books, right? New books. We have to remember to add this thing. So I think I will just mention them this way. Yeah, I would just mention them this way, and then we will copy them from there. Otherwise, I don't want to have all these tags copied over and over, right, from one side to the other. Hello, Wild Art. Hey, welcome. Hello, hello. We made the new release. So the new release is available on the website. Was made yesterday night, and pretty happy about it. And now I'm working on some lore because we have to use now the capability that we added to the new client, basically all the compendium stuff that we did, and so we can now create new books in to have new books in game. And and then have those books trigger the compendium stuff. So okay, so for the Ilian then will be this book. And this can go directly to the database, right? Okay, so this is examine creature, one book, and then this one is another book. Okay, so this basically cover the whole race, right? So if you find those two books plus you study them, you have the whole knowledge. You have the whole knowledge. Now for the Dermorian, we have to do the same, right? Now who can write this book? So the history we had it written by Roleria Davin, which is actually a descendant of a very important person in history, right? In the lore of the Dermorian. So, but I think for the ecology and habitat, I think we can have someone that is less important. Let me see, first of all, if there is already something that is speaking about them. There is something on Xiosia. But no. There is a book that is actually called Dermorian Courting and Marriage Rituals. So there is a book that is actually speaking about that. It's very specific though. So I think in our Dermorian information, I don't think we have a lot on that. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing that I don't really like too much is that you have the book, which is actually pretty much telling you the same information that then you find in the compendium, right? And maybe in the future we will give you the ability to copy the books, and so that will be a kind of a duplication. Huh. I don't know if in the future I would like to change that. I checked the website a few days ago. It was the first time hearing the project. Quite impressive you have been keeping this project so long. Yeah. This project has been on for so much time. And he will still be in the future. So, hopefully. So yeah. I mean, building such a game is a huge effort. Huge effort. But I think it's fun. I like it. So I'm thinking if I want to just have, you know, an extract from the book in here, or if I want to have the book and then I want to have this text, right? Let's say that is a bit specific for the sentient creatures, like the player races, right? Because for the races that are not player races, I think will be very different. Right? So like there will be no book. Well, yeah, there may be a book, but the book may be shorter. I'm thinking very deeply. I'm thinking very deeply because I'm not sure that I want to have the duplication. I'm not sure that I want to have the duplication. So basically what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is that you may have a book like this. Which is written by someone with his point of view, right? His perspective. Like this one is by Brado. Brado is the tavern owner in the Enki city, right? So he's speaking about stuff from his own point of view about this race, right? And he's saying stuff like, no matter how many Enki I've met in the past, coming here and seeing so many, blah blah blah, right? So it's subjective somehow, right? It may be in this there are also some stories, some short facts, right? What people are asking him, right? So it's not really a clean description of the race. Is a book written by one guy with his own point of view, right? With his own point of view. And you can read the book, right? But then there is the compendium. And the compendium contains a kind of a list of all the creatures, the plants and the minerals in the game that you discover, right? And now the question is, should the compendium just take that book and copy it in here, right? And you get the book? Or should the compendium be a bit more like an encyclopedia, right? So a bit more scientific and clean, right? And neutral, telling you, okay, this you discovered, right, that this race is this and that, right? So how much should the book and what is in the compendium diverge, right? How much it should be different? To me, it can be different, right? It can be different. It can be different. But if I do it the way I'm doing it, which I'm basically taking this text and then I'm asking ChatGPT to create a book from the point of view of a guy, right? Unless we considerably rewrite it ourselves, you know, it will be pretty much the same text or very similar text, right? Very, very similar. And so it's a bit of a duplication, is what I'm saying, right? So you have pretty much the same stuff in the book and in the codex. So is it worth it or not? So is it worth it to have my question is it worth it to have two different texts? One is the book and the other is the more of the scientific description inside a compendium? or do we just want to have the book in the compendium? Because in the compendium we can just say, oh, for this race, just read this book, right? But again, the book can be a bit weird, right? I don't know, maybe this guy had problems with one of the packs, and he will be insulting. He was saying, oh, those freaking guys, right, gave me trouble when I was young, and this is why I hate this pack, right? And that should not really go into the clean version, is what I'm saying, right? You could have it log in the companion with a short description and the player is able to click and take the full story text. I like the companion being more fact-based, but having a link to the book. Yeah, because I also, in the future, I would like you to be able to copy the book in your log somewhere, right? So I'm imagining that you will have a house in the future, and you can keep copies of the books that you find around the world, right? So you can have your own library. So let's assume that we have that in game already, right? So that you have your own library, and there is a way to copy books in libraries, right? And so you can read them at home, basically. The question is, will the compendium be a duplication of that? Will the compendium feel like a full duplicate of that? I think that if we develop the books too similar, yes. But if we develop the book kind of differently, no. So the decision is if we develop the books differently, right? Because at the moment we have one entry. So I can say if you find this book, right? If you find this book, you will activate in the compendium this entry, right? So you find this book, like in this case, this book unlocks two pieces, the habitat and the ecology, right? But I cannot have the opposite. I cannot have that two books. I mean, it requires you to find multiple books to actually unlock a description, right? I mean, I can do it. I don't know if I want to do it. Like, you will be like 50% of knowledge with one book, then 100% with two books. And when you find those two books, then you have the whole entry. I think the compendium is best short then, and they have the original text in their own library. Yeah, but consider that some people will never get to their own library, right? So I think they serve two different purposes. I think the home library, which maybe someone will have, but not all will have, because people will not maybe care, is more of a collector thing, right? So you go around, you collect stuff, and you want to have like all the volumes, right? You like, we have, for example, we have in game today, we have this series, right? We have a story of traditions, volume 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And they are scattered around the world, I guess. So you can find them all if you want and read them all, right? But at the moment, you don't have a way to store them in your library, right? In the future, maybe you will have. So this is one thing. But another thing is to say, oh, I discovered the race and I want to have some information on that race, which for the sentient races that we are doing now, the player races, is probably the less interesting, because these are player characters, right? These are player characters. But when we will do it for monsters, which is very soon, hopefully, right? So when we will do it for monsters, the entry can be can be more interesting, right? Because maybe the entry can tell you what are the weak points, right? What are the weak points of this creature, right? So maybe the book will speak generically of this creature, but you will find more information on, you know, the loot or the spoils of war if you want, right? So I was looking at, I think that this is a long time ago, but we did a kind of a selection of all the compendiums in different games, right? To see how they were doing it, and compendium. I don't know where is it. Maybe it was in a compendium examples. Yeah, compendium examples, right? So these were screenshots. Like this one was Black Flag, Assassin's Creed, I think. Yeah, Assassin's Creed. This was Elite Dangerous, right? And there was one that is Skyrim. No, that is Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah, and there was one that I think it was yeah, this one, right? This picture, right? Where basically you have a creature, right? And in your compendium you can unlock certain information, right? And basically the more you kill that creature, the more you see data here, right? So and we can already have this threshold, right? We can say, so that I already implemented. So we can say that if you kill, what is the database? Yeah, if you kill, for example, 3 of this particular race, you learn about the spoils of war, right? So basically what loot they have, right? And if you kill 2 here, you know their combat, right? Now this is a bit simple. I can make it more complex, but basically it's this thing, right? Maybe not just stat by stat, because I think unlocking every stat seems to be a bit too much. Even if it would be fun, I guess. Right? The more you kill, the more you unlock. But at the moment I have like 2 levels, right? At the moment I have like 2 levels. Like Monster Hunter. Yeah, I don't know exactly how Monster Hunter does it, but I think it does it similar to this. Right? And then there were others about like this is Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and this, for example, it shows you the region, the people, the faction. So this was at the beginning. There is Warframe. This was at the beginning where I was kind of investigating, you know, all the possibility that we could have inside a codex, and at the end, this is what I created for us, right? So there is a creature section, there is a location and people. Location and people actually has maps, and it may have NPC on it, so you can discover NPC, right? And if the NPC is a trainer or is a merchant, like you can see here, you can see what he's training. Like this guy is training intelligence, and he has is a merchant for creative books, maps, and music, right? So, and these ones get discovered as you go around the city. So you go around the city, you speak with him, and this pops up, right? The same with this guys, right? This guy is selling these million things. And this one we didn't meet anyone, but if I go and speak with a guy, we'll unlock. And plus you can add your own custom thingy, right? So my custom thing. Okay, and now you have your custom thing, right? So no, I think the Warframe Codex is very complete, and So yeah, that's basically it. So the question I have in my mind now is for the creatures, what can I do? Do I want to have two completely separate books, or do I want to have a percentage? Because the idea of the percentage is not bad, but it will basically change completely this concept, right? It will basically change completely this concept. Well, not completely, but basically what I'm saying is that like you have this text, right? And then you unlock it by finding some books. The more you find, the more you unlock. I don't know, maybe it's too complex. Maybe it's better as it is now. Let me see Monster Hunter. How they call it? What is the name of the codex? What is the name of the... Is journal or what? What is the name of the thingy? Codex and journal. Is this thing? Ecology, physiology, ailments, materials. Known habitats. Yeah, it's also telling you where to find it, which is anyway interesting. Poison stone. Yeah, because I would like to have something like this as well. But I would like to avoid having it in such a action RPG style, right? So it will be more of a description, right? More of a role play, you know, kind of text. Right? It's telling you about a characteristic. It's not telling you this guy has 55% resistance to poison. Will not tell you that. Will tell you he has high resistance to poison, or he will tell you has low resistance to poison. Yes, right. But pretty much oh my god. Again, it is really the world table, the world database table with the percentages, so they are not hiding anything. Okay. I mean, which is also a way, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying no, but it becomes more of a mathematical game than a role-playing game. They say, oh, I have 31% on this guy, but it's like twice harder to kill than the 23, and so it's better if I take the 23, right? So I don't know. It becomes a bit of a grind. Grind thingy. Monsters ascending. I see. Max HP. Yeah, you see that here, like, you don't have it unlocked, and probably you unlock this thing as you go, right? So you unlock different pieces. I think unlocking the single pieces is a bit weird at the end. I mean, it's a bit of a too much. But anyway, it's nice. I mean, anyway, it is kind of nice, yeah. I think what I would like to have, I would like to have two sources, right? The book and the compendium text. The only problem is that we need to make the book significantly different, or anyway, different enough from the compendium text to give value to both, right? Otherwise, one is value and the other is zero value, right? So I would like the books to be kind of different. The problem is, how can you really make them different easily, right? Because like if I do it like I did it now, basically ChatGPT took my text, reworded it a bit, but just a bit, right? And that's it, right? So the same information that I gave him is spitting out, right? And it's just rephrased. Is more like my people, you know, our people, our society. Our society was built just because this guy wrote the book, but pretty much it is the same. So I guess the work that needs to be done is to take like this phrase, or maybe to remove a whole paragraph, right, and to add maybe a story. A short story of this guy expressing the same concepts, right, in a kind of a story that he had for his own life, or in his own life, right? Something like that. But can I do it massively for all the races and all the creatures? I think it's kind of tough. I need more people to do this, right? As usual. But we can change it in the future, right? So I can put it in like this, and then I can keep a mental note to say, hey, we should change it, right? And make this book more like it's written by this guy. And more with maybe his own stories, right? Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think I can do it now. If I try to do it now, I think I can spend, you know, a month, right, just to do that, and I think will not be a good thing, because at the end probably 70% of the people will not even read it, right? So yeah, I think it is something that we can refine in the future. So my suggestion is to still keep the two, so the book and the codex, separate, right? It is my idea, my final decision. So we keep the book and the things separate. We try to adapt them a bit, and in the future we will specialize them more, right? And I can try to stretch a bit with the artificial intelligence to say, hey, can you write something that is a bit different? But yeah, I think this is what we're gonna do for now. How many people are working on the project? I mean, at the moment it's basically me plus Uajet, which sometimes is here in the chat, which is the game master, and is doing a lot of work on events, in-game events, and is doing some work on the quest. Then I have some commissions going on. So there is a guy working on some robes, and I mean like 3D models with commissions sometimes, not always, but sometimes. Plus there is about 2 or 3 guys that are randomly helping on 3D, but really randomly, so like few hours a month, something like that, right? But really core devs is basically me. In the past we were more people. We have been like 15 people at a certain time, but 12 people. But people come and go. Sometimes people, like one guy joined and built a lot of stuff, right? So sometimes people join, do stuff, then they then disappear. So it depends a bit. But at the moment, yeah, it's mostly me. Like Tua, like Zwe. I mean, there is a guy like they built a whole city, right? Well, it's not only him, but anyways, him plus a number of people in the past built a whole city, right? So, and I didn't touch it, at least at the time. Now I touch it, yes, because I had to port it to Unreal, so I increased the textures, I changed it, I fixed it, I expanded it. But the original one was built by completely different people. I didn't even touch the first one. Okay. So I think we can proceed this way. I'm still thinking a bit about it, so I'm still like letting the thought like settle in my brain and see if I really want to do it this way. But I would say it is the best. It is the best solution. So for the Dermorian, right? Who can be the guy or girl that is actually writing this book? I'm looking at the other screen because I have the list of all the NPC. And I will try to search all the NPC by race. Maybe Dermorian female. Dermorian female. Alina? Can be Alina. Can be the bartender in the main city. Do you think that she writes books? I don't know if she writes books. But for sure she sees a lot of people. Do you think Alina will write a book? Or Alelia? Yeah, Alelia is a bit harder because it's behind the counter. Fuck. I have to go there, man. This girl. This girl. Well, for sure she has seen a lot, right? Because she's a bartender in this popular tavern. So you may say popular, there's no one. Yeah, there's no one at the moment, I agree. But anyway, it's a popular tavern. And so I think maybe ChatGPT can do it, right? If I give a description of the Dermorian and I say that he should write it in a way that is a bit humorous, right? Maybe I think he can do it. I think he can do it. I think he can do it. Okay, let's try. Okay, so now we have to do the same. For the Dermorian race, right? The text I have selected is this. Habitat and ecology. I think he can do it. I think he can do it. I believe. Is the following. But this time I would like the book to be written in a more humorous. Do you say humorous? No. How do you say when he's kind of funny? Humorous? Huh? Sorry, English is not my native language, so GG. Yeah, he's humorous, right? Yeah, it is. I don't know why he doesn't like it, but he doesn't like it probably because he's trying to do Italian here. In a more humorous style, told by Alelia, which is a Dermorian female bartender of the main tavern. She may speak about pieces. I mean, she may. What I want to say is that she doesn't have to exactly say in that text, right? But she may recall, or she may use. No, let's say she should tell few stories heard from people visiting the tavern while delivering the I mean, I don't want to deliver 100% of the content, right? I mean, you can just deliver 50% of the content is enough, because anyway, after you read the book, you will see the full text in the compendium in a more scientific way, right? So, she should tell few stories heard from people visiting the tavern. I don't know if humorous is good though, because humorous I think will become a bit too much. Let's say casual, more casual style. Still a few stories heard from people visiting the tavern, or stuff she read. Right? Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You wouldn't believe how many stories I heard working behind this bar. Perfect. The start is really, really good. It's exactly how I wanted it to be. You won't believe how many stories I heard working behind this bar, especially when it comes to my people, the Dermorians. You know, I was born here in Iliacum. Interesting. The AI, because the AI knows about our game, right? The AI knows what plane shift is. But I've heard plenty of stories about our onward Dermoria. It's fun, isn't it? How we never really forget where we came from, even if we were never set foot here. Yeah, because she's born. I mean, for sure she's, well, in theory it's 200 years, but yeah, but she's a young Dermorian. Yeah, for sure she's born here. She's not born on the home world, so I think that makes sense. This beginning is fantastic. I really like it. It's really, really good. How long is this thing? Oh my god. Let me just check how long it is. But it's fine, eh? If it's a bit long, I think it's okay. Wait, I need a new... No, what happened? Oh my god, Notepad++ can go in full screen? I didn't know. Okay, now I'm stuck in full screen forever. I pressed F11. Escape doesn't go back. No! What? F11 doesn't go back, my friends. Should I just close it? Yeah, we'll just close it and open it again. Hopefully it doesn't open at full screen again. Okay, it doesn't. So it is like 3,500. It's a bit long actually. Well, I can cut it off myself based on what we read. So let's see. You wouldn't believe how many stories. Okay, this first phrase is very nice. I want to keep it. From what I heard, and I've heard a lot, is a bit of a duplication. Dermoria was this beautiful, rich land A huge open plain as far as the eye could see. Imagine a thick towering forest. Some of the older folk sakes you could walk through the woods and suddenly find yourself standing by a massive lake or swamp where the trees were even bigger than us. The Morris were never liked building in ways that disturbed the natural beauty. Our village were part of the forest, building the trees. Yeah, this kind of good. I think this is kind of good. Here in Iliakum we kept the connection in nature. Take Rarin for example, our elven city. Wow. Pretty good, my friend. Best viewers on. Oh my god. Let me just quickly report this guy. I know I would just create another account, right? It's a spam account, but still I don't want these spammers to be in the freaking chat. So selling fake viewers. Next, verify, submit, block, close, block, report, add to block list. Okay, done. And it's gone. Take Rari for example, our elven city. Our elven city is a bit too much. But anyway, city, I mean, it's more of a village, but okay, fine. Our elven city is built around this ancient elder tree right at the spot where two rivers meet. I never been, but travelers who stop by the tavern tell me it's a sign to be old. She never been there? Alelia, you should go. I mean, I know you have a lot of work to do in the tavern, but you should go one day. Anyway, they say the tree is so big that you feel like a tiny insect instead of underneath when it was. Okay, we can delete this one. Now there is one thing that we more and love as much as our forest is stories. Our lives are long, really long compared to the most, and we are always looking for ways to preserve memory and wisdom. My grandmother used to tell me how every 20 years the Morian picks a younger elf, another elf using a friend and passes a bit of that knowledge. Might even old books. They sit down and talk for hours. After that, the new bond is formed. The wisdom get carried forward. We don't get forgotten, that's for sure. I heard plenty of this story passed along here in the tavern, sometimes even from the elders. I remember one of the. I think she's repeating a bit too much. You know, I heard a lot. I hear working. I hear. I mean, it's too much. I think this phrase can go. I remember one old fellow used to come in every year around the same time, always with a young apprentice. They sit in the corner and they tell their tales in the old days. You can see the soak up every word, like being ended a piece of history. I don't know, this is a bit useless. I mean, this piece is nice. And this piece is nice, but I think this part is a bit of a duplication and useless. It doesn't really give you much, right? So I will remove it. It's not surprised our city are ruled by councils of elders. I mean, I think we can connect to this guy. We can say, you sit in the corner and you tell her tales of the old days. How our cities are ruled by council of elders, for example. I mean, who else could know as much as they do after living for hundreds of years? Without adjustment because they've seen it all, but we need to make a big decision. They will consult the council of sage. No one is above asking the second opinion. Northern Morian is above asking for the second opinion. It's just the way we do things. Wisdom over power. Who knows? And let me tell you, if you're looking for the Morian food, you come to the right place. Our diet is heavily on vegetables, which makes sense given our connection to nature. I don't think that this book should specifically speak to the about the tavern, right? So you come to the right place. I really don't like it, right? I really don't like it. And let me tell you, if you're looking for the Morian food, I would just kill this and say our diet. Our diet is heavy on vegetables, which makes sense given our connection to nature. You can go wrong with some of the roasted banuts. Roasted banuts. Where did he take this thing? Huh? Did I give him roasted nuts or what? Ah, yes, I gave it to him. I don't remember this BA notes. What is this BA notes? Nuts. Sorry, BA nuts. I don't remember. Do we have it in game? I mean, the juniper juice we have. The Tinga sweets I think we have. Huh? Food ingredients. Banut. What the fuck is a banut? I don't even know. We have it in game, but I don't know it. What is it? What is it? What is a banut? Edible nut. Okay, but where this is coming from? I have no idea. Is this inside the recipe or of any kind? I can check that. I can check if that is inside any recipe. What is the ID of this thing? Is A398. 8398. I'm on the other screen where all the secrets are kept. 8398. Banut. Yeah, you have a sack. You have a sack of banut, and you can have mixed nuts. You can create a bag of mixed nuts in cooking. But where do I find them? Anyway. Bah. We can leave it, but I don't know. I don't know. Okay, in a glass of juniper juice. People come here asking for Tinka sweets all the time. I would just say some roasted nuts. So it's generic. Some roasted nuts, a glass of juniper juice. People come here asking. No, okay, this I think we can remove this. They are a favorite dessert among the Morians. Sweet, but with a big of a tank, perfect for a long day. Wow, the Tinga sweets. Fuck. No, because that special character, I don't know if it will translate. Probably not. All these long characters, I think they will be a problem. Yeah, this long character, I think, will be a problem. I think we should change it to just parentheses or something, because this is not. This is not really a good idea. I think it will break my books. It will show up. It will show up as a wrong character, I think. Perfect for a long day? What does it mean? So there you have it. Where is the old story of the old world or the lives we live in here in Iliacum? We are more always looking to preserve what's most important, our bond with nature, our long-held tradition, and of course our stories. Now, if you excuse me, are good customers. Bro, you're writing a book. You're writing a book. You cannot say, excuse me, I have to go for a customer. So it's stories of the old worlds or events in our lives. We the monuments are looking to preserve what's most important, our bond with nature, our long-held tradition, and of course our stories. Okay. I think it's reasonable. I don't know. How do you feel? I mean, do you think it's okay? You wouldn't believe how many stories I heard. I don't like this bar, right? Behind the... Behind the counter at Cadel Tavern, especially when you come to my people, the Morians. You know, I was born in Iliacum, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Let's not make it perfect, because perfect, unfortunately, we cannot do. Okay, so I think is good. I think it's good. So we will add it as a book. The only thing that I have to do, I have to add the... how do we call it? A few thoughts on the Morians. I think it's okay. And the name and the will be Bialelia, bartender at Cadael. Cadael is the name of the tavern. And do we put a date? No, we don't put a date. Fuck it. Because with people that are young, I mean, the dates are risky, right? If I put it too much back in time, they were like 2 years old. So I think it's okay. I think this book is good. I like it. We just pick another icon. Like 176. Right? Now, it will be great to have pictures in these books. Actually, we can have pictures in the books, but I didn't. Okay, so we have. So this will be the book triggering. Wait, this will be the book triggering this knowledge, right? And we said we do. We do habitat and ecology, right? Habitat and ecology. This one will be examine creature, and this one we have it already because it's a reflection on the Morian history, right? So because we already created it. The problem, guys, is that in 2 hours, I'm streaming since what, 2-3 hours? In 2 hours we did, well, there was also a bit of reasoning, right? But we basically did 2 lines, and we have to do like 90. Oh my god. So, well, I think it's a bit less than 2 hours because we also did the introduction with the new release and such, right? But yeah, the problem is just the scale of this thing, because we have to do it for all the races, and then we have to do it for all the monsters, all the plants, and all the minerals. I mean, it's not that I have to do it now, like in a sequence, but I think it would be nice if at least half of it, you know, was kind of done, so I can release it, and people can start to examine. What is the examine? The examine is under intelligence, huh? No, it's under empathy. Is under empathy. Examine creature. No, I don't have it. Because I'm too stupid. Empathy. Empathy. Okay, now I have it. Now I have it. So this thing, right? There is nothing to discover about this target, right? So yeah, so at the moment it's disabled, right? But as soon as we add these entries to the database, it will work in game immediately, right? As soon as we add this stuff to the database, this query, basically this one, this insert into blah blah blah, this one, it will work. So you will be able to inspect this character, and it will tell you that you have to find and inspect at least 5 of them, and go from there. Hello, Hula. I'm still thinking the codex is not a priority. Yeah, true. I mean, I agree. I mean, it's not really a priority, but I think it's nice. It is. I mean, it's like a mini quest for the people, right? Because the people will have to find creatures and study different creatures, and they will get the information. There is a book here. Coming soon. Uscirà Drifter Race. Okay. It's like a small quest, because they will go to the compendium and see that, you know, they have empty stuff, and maybe I will put information here to say, oh, you have to analyze the creature blah 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 this way, and so they will start to say, oh, I can analyze this creature, oh, I can analyze that other creature, oh, and such, right? So, and it will become like a quest. So I think at the end it's kind of content. It's like gameplay. What I'm saying is that it is gameplay. Just the collection of it is gameplay. So, and I'm trying to add gameplay, right, to the game. But yeah, I agree, maybe it's not the most important, but I think it's nice. I think I'm gonna go, guys. But I think it was good. We made some progress. If I had like 20 people working on this, each one working on one line, right? Each one takes a race and does it, right? We will finish it in one day, right? Like if 20 of you takes one line and does it, we will have it done in one day. Can you believe that? But you lazy. You lazy and you don't want to do it. Bye. See you, boys. I will see you tomorrow evening. Oh my god, tomorrow is already... No, tomorrow is Thursday, huh? Yeah, Thursday. Quite interesting watching the process. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The problem of these games is that people are consuming... Why there is a torch there? People are consuming content very, very quick, right? In a game like this. So if you want to create content, you really need to create a lot. And that is a bit of the problem, right? How do we create... How do we create... How do we create a lot of content quick? That's the problem. Someone put a torch there saying, it will illuminate, but then he put it into the wall, and so it was not illuminating anything. Now, there is already a torch here, but I think it's fine. There's another torch there now. Okay. You know, small fixes, one after another. It's really tough to come up with evergreen systems, yeah. Yeah. But I think what I want basically, you know, stuff that people can do in game which is not connected to fighting. That is basically what I want. I mean, every game every game that exists these days is just fighting. You are only fighting all the time. I mean, if you take Wukong, did you see Wukong? I mean, they call it RPG. Wukong, they call it RPG. I mean, bro, is 99.9% fighting. Yeah, there is a bit of history, okay, a bit of story, some dialogues, but you just fight. Because, you know, the developer is just creating the, you know, the mechanics once, right? And then he's replicating it, and then he's having you use that mechanic a million times in the game. Maybe slightly differently, yeah, because you have a special power or the monster has a special power, but pretty much, you know, you're fighting the whole time. You're clicking all the time, right? You're not reading, you're not learning, you're not solving puzzles. Even the puzzles, yeah, there are some puzzles, but they're super simple. Right, and everything is a mini map. Everything is an exclamation mark on the head of the NPC. Everything is guided. Everything, you have a journal for everything with all the steps. You have a map of the world, a map of the dungeon, a map of everything. So basically, your brain is off, and your mouse is on. And this is what I don't like. We want to make a game where your brain is on. But anyway. See you people! Bye-bye. 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 In PS you can fight all day if you want. Yeah, true. And some people are actually doing that, right? There's a lot of people that are just grinding levels also in plane shift, for sure. But I would like to add a new functionality, yeah, that can also be something else, right?